On this episode of Ghost Hunters International, the team crosses the Atlantic to investigate Copenhagen's island fortress.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It sounded like shuffling.
Barry and Angela follow in the footsteps of a shy spirit.
Barry, it sounds like somebody's breathing in my ear.
And Angela's camera captures the image of a dungeon dweller.
I've never seen something like that.
Then, GHI returns to Peru on a mission to diagnose this family's ancestral home.
You can see a face coming out of this window.
But will Rob's aggressive questioning stir up a 500-year-old presence?
If you want to kick someone, you go right ahead. Nobody's scared of you. What the hell was that?
I'd like to welcome you to Copenhagen, Denmark.
Thank you very much. This is the first time for both of us here.
Yes, sir. All right, well, Brandy says that we have got something unique and different in this one, so I'm going to hand the walkie to her.
Hey guys, we're going to be investigating Trekroner Fort here in Copenhagen. We've been called in by Shane, who is a fellow paranormal investigator, and he has a team here in Denmark. From what I'm hearing, they've had a lot of personal experiences there. They would like for us to come in with our equipment in hopes that we're able to capture some correlating evidence. The fort does have quite an extensive history. The battles of Copenhagen in 1801 and 1807. During these battles, people did die. Trekroner Fort is on a man-made island in Copenhagen Harbor. We're going to have to take a water taxi to get there, so we're basically stranded on the island the entire night.
Never had a location we got to take a boat to before. This is a first.
Shane, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Welcome to the Trekroner Fort.
Oh, well, thank you for having us out here.
Very thrilled to see you here.
So what can you tell us about the place?
Well, there was a big battle here in 1801 where the British attacked Copenhagen. Since then, there's been all sorts of different things happening out here.
Yeah, I understand you've investigated here.
Right. There was so much going on the night we were out here. We were completely amazed by the level of the activity.
All right, well, I know that we're really looking forward to getting in here and seeing how we do. If you could take us around, show us the hot spots, that'd be terrific.
My pleasure. Now, this is the northern building. This building was built to house all the soldiers at peacetime.
All right.
This is where we got all the action. Almost everybody who entered this building that night got a personal experience. People were touched, people were hit. We had tapping noises.
Let's go look.
Now, guys, we are now in the back room of the upstairs kitchen.
I experienced some strange sounds, knocking on the walls, glasses rattling, pots and pans rattling. I definitely think Trekroner Fortress is haunted.
Okay, guys, this is the downstairs area. We are going into the room that we used for sleeping area because we were for a whole weekend investigating this. We had about 5 or 6 guys sleeping in this room in sleeping bags. At 3 o'clock at night, they thought they heard a voice. It was like there was a woman standing in this doorway. They got out of their sleeping bags pretty quick and started chasing down the hallway. There was nobody there.
We were standing in a room where they used to repair guns, cannons, and suddenly I felt a hand on my back, pushed my jacket in, and at the same time, the other guy felt a hand on his shoulder. On the way down, we heard a noise from the kitchen. We went in and I asked, can you please do that again? And a noise came right away. I said, please do that again. And 2 noises again. Then it stopped again and I had not more contact there.
This is the center room of the casemate building. We had our command center set up here. We were sitting here drinking coffee and taking a break. All of a sudden, we heard footsteps, 3 footsteps, right about in that area. They sounded like gravel being crunched on a concrete floor. Of course, the nearest investigator jumps up to see if is there anybody there. There was nobody there.
But the footsteps seemed to come up to where you guys were sitting.
Yes.
And then stop as it's coming up to the entranceway of the room.
Yes, of course. We had no recorders going. We were drinking coffee and taking a break.
Well, Shane, thank you for everything. I mean, this place looks incredible. I am really excited to investigate here and see what we find.
Thank you. Good luck, guys.
Shane, being an investigator himself, asked us to come out. He knows we have some new high-tech equipment, some different techniques, so that hopefully we can help him validate the findings that he's gotten out here.
I'm gonna need you to come up there and help me.
No problem.
This whole case is very exciting. We're in a fortress. It's on an island. It's a cold night. It's been kind of stormy today. It's a classic, like, haunted tale, and now the last taxi's left, and we're stuck here all night. So if something happens, you know, we're gonna have to be here to deal with it.
Okay, folks, we have our 4 camera setup. What we're covering are the 2 main hallways, top floor and bottom floor. Cameras are pointing opposite directions so that we're not getting wipeout. During the tour, we were told about footsteps that were being heard and a woman's voice coming to this doorway. So we want to see if we can capture any of that. Hopefully, we may get a materialization. So that's it, ready to go.
Let's make sure everyone has a walkie. Let's make sure we're backing each other up, communicating well. Let's get the lights out and let's get right to it.
All right, let's do it.
EVP session, Brandy and Rob in the bunker.
If you don't want us in here, just give us 2 knocks. Just do that, 2 knocks. Within this room, I'm gonna leave you be. So if you make 2 knocks within this room, Brandy and I walk out.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It sounded like shuffling.
Footsteps?
Yeah.
That's what I heard. There's nobody here.
Okay, we're going down this way.
So on our way to the basement, I want to call in and have a look at some of the little sub-chambers off from it, see if there's anything should appear in there.
Okay.
Where do those steps go?
Let's go up higher.
Watch your stepping. I thought I definitely did hear something up here.
Just now. This is the kitchen?
Yeah, this is it. EVP session with Barry and Angela.
Is there anyone in this room with me? If there is anyone in this room with me, can you please make a sound?
Can you come closer?
Barry, it sounds like somebody's breathing in my ear.
Can you come closer?
Barry, I swear it sounds like somebody's breathing right here in my ear. Are you standing beside me? It sounded like something was breathing in my ear.
Right.
Barry and I were investigating the basement area. I had walked a little closer up to a doorway and experienced what felt like someone breathing in my right ear. Can you please do that again for me? Can we come in this room? Was that you?
No.
Are you playing with us? I swear I heard footsteps right here.
Okay, there's something moving.
Yes.
Let's go in here.
If you're in this room with us, can you please come forward?
Is this a game of cat and mouse?
Barry, what is that?
I don't know. I can't see where
It's coming from over here, but I can't see. Can you please come forward to me? Barry, what is over there?
It's a door.
It's one of those narrow rooms.
Ooh, the hair's got up in the back of my neck here the second. Now, wait a see.
Barry, that's where all the noise is coming from. Oh, it's the door. Oh, it's just a room.
Well, let's go in around here a second just to check.
It's like a maze.
Yeah, it's another dead end.
We actually both walked towards the end of the room. We had the footsteps that we can't explain, so I'm really hoping that we captured something there.
One of the things that's really cool to me about this case is that whatever is here supposedly isn't afraid to come forward.
Can you thermal over to the house for me?
Yeah.
Just so we can see that window? The white, this is the top left window, right?
Yeah, I can see it. There's definitely a heat signature coming from that window. That's the window where the shadow's supposed to be moving.
One of the reports that we were told was at the north house in the upper left window that they see a shadow there. And it looks like there's something there.
All right, why don't we take a walk over there? I mean, whatever it is, it may be what's responsible for the shadow that they're seeing over there.
So the shadow they see is in the front right window, which is behind these racks.
Right.
So what are they seeing a shadow of? And what are we seeing?
What are we seeing a heat sink on? Look how hot the window itself is coming in, though.
Yeah, it's like the heat is getting trapped in between these things, but it makes like a form.
It's the window frame is hot, and that's
They get a lot of
reflecting,
linens here.
which is holding the heat in.
Yep.
And so this whole area is getting blocked off with the heat. But as far as how they'd see a shadow through here,
Oh, you know what, dude? There's a bunch of these that fell up against the window, too. That's
there
what's
you
causing
go.
the shape.
Dustin discovered that many of the tablecloths had fallen behind the rack that was up against the window. This kind of gave it an appearance of a dark mass when you were outside. I don't think that claim is pointing towards anything paranormal. I think that's it.
Nice.
EVP session. Angela and Rob in the basement. This is the area in which the woman was seen, full body operation, so we got a chance of getting something visual there.
Okay.
Starting here.
Yeah. Rob and I went down to the basement. We put the EMF reader down on the ground and started an EVP session.
If you want to interact with us, I'd like to let you know how that can be accomplished. There's a device in front of me. Were you to pass by this device, it should make a sound go off. If you're trying to communicate with us, can you give us one big spike?
Good. Nice.
Wow. Can you make the machine go off 2 times? 1 sound, stop, 2 sounds.
Whoa.
Did you serve here during WW2? Before that?
Do you want me to talk to you? Oh, are you happy that I'm here in this room with you? Oh.
The sounds coming back to us from the EMF were pretty consistent with the questions we had asked. We looked around the room for a possible source of EMF activity and couldn't come up with anything. We had our camera running, we had our digital voice recorder, so I'm hoping that we have some other evidence on another device to go along with these EMF spikes.
Brandy and Dustin in the basement.
Is there somebody here? Could you give us a sign that you're here? What's that popping sound?
Is that coming from... What are these things?
Just careful. I don't know what you like. We were hearing noises in the adjacent room, so what we did was we set the EMF up, put the handy cam on it. That way, if it did trigger, we would have at least video and audio to back that up. All right, good. Oh, let's use this room. If anyone is down here with us, you've given us a couple of signs that you're here with us. The more proof you can give us, the better. So if you could make a loud sound down here, make a loud bang. You touch that box that we have set up.
If there's someone down here in this basement with us right now, show yourself to us. You seen something?
I keep thinking I hear stuff down there.
Come out of the dark and give us a sign.
Brandy, I think something's moving down here.
What?
I think something is moving down here. Just come up slow, slow, slow.
What was that?
Shh, see. Brandy, I think something's moving down here.
What?
I think something is moving down here. Brady and I were just in the hallway, and we heard some noises, so we started tracking down. I thought I heard the EMF again.
I did too. Is it?
I don't know. Didn't we leave this standing up?
How easy could it have fallen over?
I don't know. Let's stay and watch. Have to review the tape to see if we can figure out what happened, see if we can hear any wind going across the mic. You know, it was windy, but at the same time, we're in the basement, and I kind of had it in a closed-off area. So we'll have to see what happened.
Angela in the basement area, solo EVP session. I'm gonna ask that if anyone is in this room with me tonight, if you could please come forward. Holy cow. Okay, now I hear a banging down there. It almost sounded like there's something in the back corner. I'll tell you, this place is crazy. Is anyone in this hallway with me? Could you maybe tell me what your job was here when you were stationed here? What was your duty? Okay, that's really weird. I thought my camera wasn't focused totally, but when I turned the corner, it looked like something might have crossed the right-hand corner of it. You know, I'm down here by myself, so there's no one near me, so there's really no explanation as to who it could have been. I'm really, really hoping we captured something there. It was an amazing experience.
All right, it's been a great night. Let's get packed up and get on the boat. Tonight was a really unique opportunity to come in, help out a fellow investigator, and he invited us in to see if we could help him validate some of the things that happened to him here. Well, we came in, did a thorough investigation, and a lot of stuff happened to us as well. So now the question is, can we prove that this evidence is actually paranormal? So first we're gonna get some rest, go through the evidence, and see what we've got.
So, folks, track runner fort seems very active. So let's see if we can knuckle down into this and see if we can find anything that'll back up those claims, and we'll get straight into this.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Well, here's something I haven't heard before.
What's that?
I went into the fourth bunker, and there was an EVP session that was run. Have a go.
Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave you alone?
I know.
Okay, you have to listen to this. Oh, boy. Let's see.
Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave you alone?
What?
All right, so Trek Runner, how'd we do?
It certainly was a very challenging case for us. This first sample of a recording was taken immediately outside Command Central, and you remember Shane had reported that there were several footsteps in gravel was heard.
Right.
Now you'll hear in this recording.
Did you hear that?
All right, that's perfect. I'm gonna tell you why, because Shane was a little upset because he actually wasn't recording with anything when they heard those footsteps. So now we can help him out and back up what he heard. We got it.
Okay.
Good catch.
The next takes us to the fourth bunker. Very bizarre. We have listened to it, and very puzzled indeed.
Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave you alone?
I don't know what's puzzling about that. It's quite obviously a ghost with a whistle. So, Barry, you were there. I mean, did you hear anything?
Never heard a thing, Rob. Not a single thing.
Okay. Well, is that all we got?
We have some very impressive video footage here to show you.
This footage was taken when I was doing a solo investigation down in the basement area. Okay, as you can see, keep an eye on the right-hand corner.
Wow. I've never seen something like that.
Shane. Hey.
How you doing?
Welcome back to the fort.
We were pretty excited about this one. It's not often that we have an opportunity like this to come in, help out another paranormal investigator. In this basement where we are now, one of the things we did was seeing if we could get a response on a standard EMF meter, and we actually did pretty well. In fact, we had what was approaching a full back and forth conversation, and we want to play some of that for you so you can take a look at what we were watching down here.
If you're trying to communicate with us, can you give us one big spike?
Good. Nice. Are you happy that I'm here in this room with you? Oh.
Yes?
And we tried everything. We made sure there wasn't equipment near it, camera equipment, sound, walkie-talkies. None of that was making it go off.
We had that happen almost all over the house in the northern building. If you're honest with me, how many times does that happen to you on an investigation?
Very rare.
Right. Especially at the give and take, back and forth conversation like Rob and Angela were having.
Seeing that you actually were able to do the same thing, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Barry was investigating the various bunkers around this island here, and he did a EVP session while he was there. And he did not hear this with his own ears. This was only on the recorder. So I'm going to play that for you.
And you know, as a paranormal investigator, you bring forth the evidence you find.
Sure.
So even though this is something a little out of the norm, we still want to bring it to you and get your take.
Let's hear it.
Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave you alone?
Pretty strange. Not something that I think we've ever heard before. Have you ever heard anything like that around here?
In a bunker.
I've been doing this for a while, and I've never quite heard something like that. Now, Brandy and I did an EVP session in the bunkers when we heard something as we were both standing quietly in the room, and we want to play for you what we heard.
Did you know?
What we heard was distinct footsteps.
Okay.
We ran out the door, looked outside, there was no one there. Now, why was that particularly interesting to us? Because what happened to you?
Yes, was it 3 footsteps you heard?
It was 3 footsteps.
Did you know?
You don't have that noise that you would expect on a wooden floor. You know, dong, dong, dong. It is more like when you walk in here, when you have the gravel on the concrete.
Right.
It's the same thing that happened to us.
We thought it was exciting because it's exactly where and exactly what you had experienced.
This sort of shows us that it was just not one of those experiences you might have where you hear something, but there's nothing on the recording. Here we have the evidence. We're definitely coming here again sometime.
Well, we're not quite through with you yet.
Okay.
Now, Angela was down here in the basement. She's recording with her video camera. You're going to see that the camera tries to autofocus between the wall behind and something that comes into frame.
Yes.
And that's what we want to show you now.
Okay.
What I want you to concentrate on is the top right corner of the screen.
Okay.
What was your duty?
There?
It's tough because the camera's trying to adjust to see it.
What was your duty?
So this what you have here?
Yeah, you see it now?
Okay, that's really weird.
Yes.
The only thing you can make out is it definitely has a definitive shape. It leans into frame, almost like taking a look.
Yes.
As it ducks back, the camera recovers and figures out how to focus again.
Yes.
And it's gone.
You have some really good evidence. As soon as you guys have gone home, we're out here again.
And we want to know how it turns out as well.
Yes.
You know, I think that's what's so wonderful about this case for us, is that we're able to take what you've done here, build upon it, and then hand it back to you so that you can take it one step further than that. It is our opinion that Fort Trek Runner is indeed haunted. And I think that you have a prime location to capture some really exciting evidence as time goes on. Well, Shane, this has been incredible.
It's been great having you here.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. The video from the basement is great evidence. I can't thank GHI enough for coming out here to help us.
know what's so interesting about that? It's the fact that Shane, he was reminding me of Barry. Before we were even done telling him everything that happened, he already had plans on how he's going to do his next investigation.
That's true, man. I'll tell you, Northern Europe's looking pretty promising.
Good work. Let's get off the boat, get on to the next one.
Sounds good, brother.
So, Paul, man, we're really excited to be here in Peru and to help you out with this case. Paul and I investigated together several times back in Florida. He gave me a call and said that he had a case that he could use our assistance with, so we're here to help. You want to give us the details? I'm going to give you the walkie. You can let everyone know what we're up against tonight.
Okay, guys, we're heading to downtown Lima, Peru.
We have a very interesting case. It's called Casa Garland.
We're talking about a 500-year-old house. It's been in the family for all those years.
This family have a lot of activity going on in this house. We have noises of footsteps, knocks on the doors. Also, we have a full house.
Shaking when someone's trying to clean the second floor of the house.
Sounds like an interesting one.
All right, everyone, you know, it's kind of a rare opportunity for us to be able to do a
private home and help out a family, so hopefully we can really figure out what exactly has been going on
in this place and give this family some answers they've been looking for.
Hi, Susana, how are you?
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Good, hi.
I'm very excited to have you here in my house. The house is all yours. I trust you, Paul.
Thank you.
I look forward to what you'll find.
Gracias.
Okay, guys, I've been in this house many times, so I'm going to give you a tour of the house.
Let's get to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Adios.
Here we have something very interesting. There's a picture of all the family together that was taken a long time ago here in this area. And you can see in the background a face coming out of this window. This seems like a face of the grandfather of the family.
Do we have a photo of him to compare it with?
Sure. Let me show you. This is the late grandfather.
Yeah. I mean, Barry, with this possibly paranormal activity getting caught, be interesting to see what your camera did in there. See if we can find it again.
Let's see what happens here tonight.
Okay, guys, follow me. Now we are in the second floor. One time, the family was doing some things in this room, and they saw two nuns in the other room. One nun was like reading something, and the other one was looking right at them, and they totally disappeared. Now I want to show you another room. Susana one day was sweeping this area, and out of the nothing, the whole floor started shaking like it was kind of an earthquake. She was very afraid and ran downstairs. So she don't want to come here.
So she won't come back up here?
No, at any time of the day.
All right, so is that why they actually left this area of the house, because of all the paranormal activity?
Yes. The family is really scared about all these happenings in this house. They are willing for us to get some answers on what's going on.
We don't get a lot of opportunities to help out a family like this, so we're really excited that you brought us in here. Let's get the equipment up, man. Let's do this. All right, to you.
Could you throw me up that extension cord? Good man.
Susanna and her family are terrified, to be honest, about what's going on in their home. We're here to give them answers. We're here to find out if there's anything paranormal going on here or if we can come up with some alternative explanations.
Okay, so the camera investments that we have, number one is going to be in the child's bedroom. It's focused over the bed, so they were capturing the most of the bed, see if there's any movement there. Up on the second floor, we have the room covered where the nuns are said to appear, and on the rear hallway, leading down where the operation of the gentleman was seen at the end of the hallway. We've got those three cameras in place and running.
All right, perfect. All right, let's get the lights on and get to it. Paul and I decided with all the reports of activity, we had to take a look at the second floor. It's an EVP session. Paul and Rob. Now, normally, Paul's the big provoker. That's his thing. And I tend to stay away from it. Provoking is a technique in which people try and anger or upset the spirit in hopes of bringing out greater activity that we can then document. I think this situation's a little different because you've made, essentially, this part of the house for these people who live here, Susanna and her family, unusable. They won't even come up here because you're terrifying them. Like, they're doing their best to have a good life here, and you're messing it up. If you want to kick someone, if you want to shove somebody, you go right ahead. Nobody's scared of you. Go right ahead.
Hit me if you want.
You have no power anymore. You heard that? What the hell was that? If you want to kick someone, if you want to shove somebody, you go right ahead. Nobody's scared of you. Go right ahead. You heard that? What the hell was that? Do you want to bring us somewhere else? Change your little scenery here? Paul and I were in the second floor. I thought I heard something out here. If you want to make something happen, now we're standing out here. I heard a sound outside that sounded like it was coming from kind of the porchway. But it's so tough with all the city noise to differentiate what is 10 feet away and what's, 50 yards away. But that's what we have our equipment for, to do that job for us, and we'll see if anything got picked up.
We're going up to the upstairs bedroom, which I haven't actually been in yet. We're only outside.
Ooh, these stairs are tiny.
So apparently every night that he's in here, there's a lot of sounds, a lot of loud bangs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we want to do EVP session while we're up here?
Sure. EVP session, Dustin and Brandy in the upstairs boys' room. Are you a member of the family that owns this house?
Did you once live here? Was this your room at one time?
Why do you choose to stay here? Is there a message that you would like to pass? Do you hear that?
Yeah. It's like a loud thump from right behind you or in that corner. When you were in here, you were sitting
I was
in this
sitting
corner.
right there, yeah.
And it sounded like the sound came from...
It sounded like it came from behind you.
So let's see if I can hop up there and take a look what's there.
So we went outside, and we discovered that there was an adjoining wall.
There's a ladder downstairs. I'm just going to grab that.
And Dustin decided he would venture even further and climb up to the top of the roof. Oh.
Hey, Brandy Green, I found out what we have.
What is it?
You have a little kitty that's stuck up here. He's up on the second portion.
Okay.
All right. So we did a quick experiment. We had to find out what was going on. You know what? We should leave this set up, though, so maybe we can see what I'm jumping around later. So I want to set up the handheld DV IR outside, and I want to help document what was going on up there. Yeah. All right. Well, that's set up. You want to head down and check out the lower bedroom here?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
One of the stories we were told is that one of the last things that happened up here was Susanna came up, wanted to do a little cleaning up, started sweeping, and the whole room started shaking. You know, a lot of times spirits seem to follow the same pattern. So if we can recreate exactly what Susanna did, we're increasing our chances of recreating the activity that was set off by her actions. If at any time you want me to stop cleaning up your space, if you want me to see that this is actually your floor and nobody should come up here, you touch that device and I'll know that you want me to stop and you want us out of here. I can't see you. You can sneak up on me. There's nothing I can do. If you want to stop me from sweeping, all you got to do is touch it. Not my radio. Somebody gets radio?
No, not us.
Not us either.
Okay. I asked for whatever was there to make some sign of its presence known. Didn't say make my radio go off, but if you can do that, I'll take that too. That's a new one, but certainly not enough to determine if in fact there was anything paranormal. All right, you want to head back down to Command Center?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I brought Paul in here to the photograph room, as we call it, because the great-grandfather his reflection was caught in the glass.
Would you be able to move that curtain over a little bit more there, Paul? Off that pane of glass.
Thank you very much. Let's see what that does. We went about to try and duplicate that photograph to see if that was going to happen again, that reappearance.
The way I like to run this is that we take several pictures, 3, 4, 5, 6, running in succession, so that we're able to see if it reappears or if it's just a pattern in the glass, you know. Well, all we can do is take the photographs back, and we'll see what we've got.
Thank you.
Hey, Barry and Paul, think we're good to go. Let's meet back up and start packing it up. It's been a very long night here, but we're real happy that we could come in, help the family, help Paul out. There weren't too many personal experiences, but that doesn't mean that evidence couldn't turn up in analysis. So we'll have to go home, get some rest, and see what happens.
Paul, if you wouldn't mind covering the EVPs for me.
Okay, sure.
And Angela, if you would cover the mini DV. Okay. Brandy, of course, with the DVR. And I shall go over the photographs. There was a lot of things that were going on that we need to try and analyse for Cassie Garland. I'm very, very interested in some of the photographs that myself and Paul were working on to see if we could get any faces that should appear.
Hey guys, I'm getting a lot of footage of a cat on the roof. Dustin and I were doing a session in the boys' room up there, and all of a sudden we heard this bang. So that would explain a lot of probably what, they're hearing. Yeah, because this cat is all over on the rooftop.
So let's get back into it and see what we can catch.
Okay.
Paul, I've just went over some of the images that were taken in the photo room.
Yeah, we took like 100 pictures in that room.
Well, I think we have something. There.
Oh my gosh.
We can see that face.
That's amazing.
Susanna, what we do is we come from a science perspective. When we come in and we listen to the stories, we look for alternative explanations. We don't rely on our feelings or something we sense. We just use our equipment to see if we can find evidence and see if we can find out what is going on. So that's what we did in this case. There's something we want to show you.
I was with Brandy, who's one of our investigators, in the upstairs bedroom. And we were told that there was a banging that would come on the ceiling pretty much every night. And while we were in there, we heard that exact sound. So I went outside, and I actually took a ladder and went up on the roof, and I found something that was really interesting, and I want to play that video for you. You see up there, there's our little culprit with his glowing eyes. And then you'll see the cat, he'll jump down onto the roof, and this is the corner of the bedroom where we heard the sound, and then you'll see how he gets up and down from there. There's actually a little area up there where the cats are staying, and they're kind of crawling around and jumping back and forth on the roof there. So if you're in the room, it sounds very scary, especially if you're sleeping there in the middle of the night and you hear this bang on top of the roof.
We look at different things that are creating sound. So we're not saying every time it's the cat, but we're saying sometimes could be the cat.
Okay.
The picture taken here, where the face appeared. We said, well, let's take the same pictures, see what happens. We want to show you one of the pictures that was taken.
It's a face.
Except it's not. We have several pictures where seems like a face here and here. It's just the way the glass makes it appear and the way our brain creates these images.
It's interesting.
But we're not saying that the things that you've experienced here did not happen. You may have had many real experiences, but we just want to be able to show you, things like this that are alternative explanations, so that you'll feel more comfortable, because this is your home and it's a lovely place, and we want you to know it's a safe place.
We came up with no evidence of anything paranormal within your home. And I want you to know, and I want your family to know, that there is honestly no reason for any of you to be scared here.
Okay.
But if you feel that your granddaughter has seen things and you have experienced things, Paul is here. He's got a team put together here in Lima and can investigate whenever you need him.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for bringing us into your home. We had a great time here, and it was nice trying to help you out and give you some answers. At least we got the picture of the face for you.
Thank you for coming to my home. We and my family, we are going to feel safely now.
Gracias.
I'm very grateful to the GHI team for the investigation. Thank you for everything.
I just want to thank you guys for helping me out in this investigation.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what, man, that felt good. I was glad that she feels comfortable. Her family are now going to feel a little more safe at home. I think next time when they hear the bumps in the night, they'll know that it could be anything, man. It could be a bus going by, a cat, but hopefully the next time they won't automatically think it's a ghost. All right, man, let's go back, get packed up, and see where we're off to next.
All right, let's do it.